fastest time yesterday was a 3:23.3 from Hattie Harnden.
So this is Sacha Earnest. She's a little out of sync to what we usually see, Rick.
Sacha Earnest, yeah, a bit further back than we would have been forgiven for expecting for Trek Unbroken. Got third place in Lake Placid last season, 6.5 seconds at the third split. Earnest on a run here, though. Oh, really nicely done there.
Yeah, she looks like she's riding great, really attacking the course.
Technically fantastic, as we know. Earnest, really, really nice touch on the bike. Maybe just the skill set required here today.
42.5 through the speed trap off that big step down there.
Yeah, had a shoulder injury last season, which sort of halted her progress a wee bit, but looking really, really good here, Earnest.
I have a feeling she's going to be sat in the hot seat for a little while.
Yep, Earnest making a good claim for this. You can just see how long that right-hander goes on for. Riders wanting to get back on the pedals, 10.4 seconds faster than Bouladou, so Earnest looking really, really strong here. Only the second rider on track in this elite women's race, but tucks down behind the bars, gaining every single little bit of momentum as she can. Sacha Earnest comes down towards the line and comes down towards her first hot seat sit of 2026, fastest by 9.9 seconds, so dropped a little bit of time, but whenever you're up by over 9 seconds, what's the difference? Next up, though, Gracie Hemstreet. What a season this young woman had last year. Got her maiden wins, and then also that huge crash in Mont Saint Anne into the crowd at the final round. Young Canadian.
I think this is a key section, these off-camber steep turns, where you can sort of make or break your run.
Hemstreet nicely across that gap, 6/10 faster, so she's extended by 4/10 of a second here. We know. Really nicely done. Spends her time riding coast gravity power. So that's a tyre with really, really tall side knobs that you can just hook into this stuff. Designed for mud, but when there's this little grip up there, you may as well. Yeah, she's gone back now. It's gone red. 2/10 of a second back for Hemstreet. So this run moving away from her. Sacha Earnest currently back in the lead of the race.
The offset with that tyre going back to that point would be, it doesn't quite roll as fast as a dry one, but
Hemstreet, one gap to go. Jumps on the pedals, head towards the line. Is this going to be enough? Gracie Hemstreet slower than Sacha Earnest by 7/100ths of a second. Kathy Sessler grits her teeth in the finish line. Oh, Gracie Hemstreet was right in the conversation for that entire run, but Miriam Cabirou leaves the star hut for the Canyon Collective. Cabirou, an absolute force in the world of elite women's downhill. Really aggressive with that turn.
So close to tucking the front there in that left-hander. Now at sector 2, she's got 2.9, and she's looking good.
During the junior races today, the race-winning runs tended to blend that.
Whoa,
just got offline there, but Miriam Cabirou goes down whilst in the lead of this bike race, nearly 3 seconds up. Miriam Cabirou down and off course here in South Korea.
I'll put my crystal ball away because I got that completely
Mark
wrong.
Beaumont with the commentator's curse in the booth here just said how well she was doing. 3 seconds to the good, almost Cabirou, and that was going wrong from a long way up. She just couldn't get it corrected.
No, but there's a lot of positives. She's got out of that situation with YT, and she's moved on to a new team that I believe she wanted to go to, and I think she could be dangerous this afternoon.
Valentina Höll, she's had a bit of a back injury this off-season. It's not been a perfect preparation for her, but she is on that team now that she joined in the off-season. Commensal Schwalbe by Lesor.
Wow, she's aggressive out of the start. It's a good start.
She's worked with Cedric and Cecile Ravenel, the masterminds behind that squad, for some years in a coaching capacity now. So joining the team full-time, finding a new home. She's super excited to be on a Commensal Supreme race bike. She said that's a bike she's always wanted to race. And what is this first split going to tell us about the 2026 version of Valentina Höll? She's a second faster than everyone else. Not a bad start. Oh, look at those rocks through there, knife edge stuff.
It's so rough and nasty through that section there we saw with Carlson's course previewer before.
But Höll, so much upper body strength. Across the Monster Energy gap jump, carries really, really nice speed. Oh, goes up high there. Manages to get away with it.
42.5 through the speed trap, Rick. She's really piling on the speed.
Höll knows that she needs to start Extending now through here. What's the next split going to tell us? Just starting to look a bit stiffer on the bike. As the fatigue starts to set in, goes round that really, really nicely. Out in the open, this really, really awkward right-hander, 184 beats per minute, getting higher now, that Whoop Live heart rate across the split, 1.5 seconds faster, Mark. She's motoring, she's still got plenty of time in her hand.
Yeah, a little bit of nerves getting towards the end of the run. You know you've had a good one.
Starting to stiffen up, Höll, but just a couple of gap jumps and a couple of turns left. It's Valentina Höll headed towards the hot seat. Got that win in Lake Placid last year. She's about to add to it here in South Korea. Goes 2.6 seconds faster. Valentina Höll takes control of round one. Max Commensal likes what he sees. Cedric Ravenel puffing the cheeks. Miriam Nicole locked and loaded and ready to take on 2026. Leaves the star hut for Commensal. Muck off by Ride and Addiction. Pompons back in 2026. Can she take on the time put down by Valentina Höll here today?
I think she definitely can. 10 wins to her name, 65 career podiums. This girl knows how to win bike races.
Yeah, certainly does.
Choosing to go round the big 18-metre step down there.
Yeah, went round it, kept the wheels on the ground. Lost a little bit of time off the Monster Energy drop. 41.6 kilometers an hour, so maybe a K down on what Valley was through that section, getting the tires to dig into the right-hand side. Miriam Nicole, finds a big hole there, deals with it nicely round. Oh, there is that right-hander that we've talked about. Front end tried to tuck on her, did really, really well, stayed strong. Cross the split, she's found time here. 0.3 of a second. Miriam Nicole right in the conversation now. Here in South Korea, can she challenge the time of the current hot seat rider, Valentina Höll, the French woman, on track. Here she comes down towards the line on the Commensal. Is Miriam Nicole about to go fastest at round one of 2026? Crosses the line. 1.7 back. Nicole into second place behind Valentina Höll, and just for a second there, Mark, I thought she was going to make those final two splits count in her favour.
It fell away massively again,
Yeah.
sort of yo-yo effect.
Free to go here in South Korea, and this is the battle for the belted purse. Gates, the manufacturer of the belt drive on these next three bikes. €100,000 up for grabs if one of these riders can become the first elite level athlete to win a UCI Downhill World Cup on a belt. Gloria Scarsi, the first of them on track for MS Racing. Really aggressive style, Mark, someone we talked about yesterday. Their style may work for her perfectly on this course today.
Yeah, you sort of grab it by the scruff and manhandle the bike down the track. You know, it could pay off.
Spends a lot of time surfing, rides a lot of motocross as well, Scarsi, and that'll all help. Just that feel for the bike moving underneath you in this loose stuff. 0.4 of a second back at the first split for the Italian on the MS zeroed bike. Over the Monster Energy drop, 1.6 seconds back at the third split for Gloria Scarsi, 41.7 kilometers an hour through the speed trap. You want to be up around the 42 mark to be competing with Valley.
It's great to see the crowds come out. There's plenty of noise in this lower wood.
Yeah, it gets noisier as it goes down, as so many of the best tracks do. Here in YongPyong.
He rides that cambered corner really nicely, carries speed.
Yeah, has looked really comfortable throughout. She's now 0.2 of a second in touch here. So Gloria Scarsi on the move. Is she going to become the first Italian to take a victory since Eleonora Farina back in Leger a couple of seasons ago? Scarsi on track, just a couple of turns and a couple of drops to go for MS Racing. Are we going to see a belt drive bike go onto the hot seat? Half a second slower than Valentina Höll. Not to be today for Gloria Scarsi. Valentina Roa Sanchez leaves the start hut, the Colombian national champion, teammates of Gloria Scarsi. Another belt drive bike, so 2 to go here. Roa Sanchez, the first of them. Hattie Harnden will be last to drop after this woman, Roa Sanchez.
This section is where you can make the difference, I think. Just pushing that entry speed a little bit, being precise, carrying the momentum through, getting set up for those cambers and really riding smooth and clinically.
Yeah, we've talked about it all race long. It's a matter of sort of melding patience with aggression and gets round that right-hander that took Marine Cabirou out on her canyon earlier on in the race. What's the third split going to tell us here for Roa Sanchez as she looks to exit this really, really tricky wood section? 11th in Mont Saint Anne, 3 seconds slower low mark. This is moving the wrong way for the diminutive Colombian.
That tricky turn in the camber, you can see where they've done it well by how well they cleared the double before the split time. She did it really nicely there.
Valentina Roa Sanchez, second last to drop here today, heads down towards the finish line. Is she heading towards the hot seat? Roa Sanchez, 2.4 seconds into 4th place. Just outside the top 3, Hattie Harnden, fastest qualifier yesterday for Aeon Racing, leaves the Star Hut at round 1 in South Korea, the last rider to drop. Are we going to see her take a debut win on the downhill bike? She's won at Enduro World Cup level. She's won just about everything on any kind of off-road bicycle in the UK national scene, but downhill is her latest love. Frustrating time of it last season, and she stands a chance at taking the Gates belted purse, €100,000 up for grabs if she can get that belt driven Gamex bike to the finish line faster than anyone else. I think Aeon Racing, although they'll be excited about that performance in qualifying, they'd love to just get a full season of racing out of this woman, wouldn't they? Just clean, healthy, and up in amongst the big names.
Yeah, build her confidence.
Oh,
fine.
Front end just went there on her, and that could be it. Hattie Harnden, is that going to be the difference today? You saw the front wheel just wash over the rock, and maybe that stem position, Mark, not working there.
Maybe not, it just snatched away. You've got to forget your mistakes really quick and not dwell on them and just get back on and concentrate with the next obstacle, next corner.
Can Hattie Harnden turn that mistake around, cross the split? 2 seconds slower now, but we know this woman, unbelievable reserves of talent and pace, and
she's got to fight for this towards the finish and should just make the best of it as she can.
Hattie Harnden lost the front in a really innocuous spot, lost a bit of momentum with it, slid out in the turn that followed. Can she get it back together and make the difference at the next split? This really, really tricky right-hander navigates it really, really well. Harnden still looking good, stands on the pedals, big reserves of horsepower. She slashed that deficit now. It's down to 9/10 of a second. Is Hattie Harnden about to turn this one round and take away a first round win in 2026 from Valentina Höll? Here comes Hattie Harnden, just a couple of gap jumps to go. Is this going to be enough today for the British rider to take her debut UCI Downhill World Cup win? Harnden crosses the line and goes 4th, 2 seconds back off your winner today, Valentina Höll. Gloria Scarsi home in 2nd place ahead of Miriam Nicole in 3rd. What a result from Valentina Höll. Commensal Schwalbe by les Ors. Here we go, confirmation of the results then. Valentina Höll takes the win by half a second from Gloria Scarsi. Miriam Nicole in 3rd, Harnden 4th, Roa Sanchez, Earnest, Hemstreet, Gale, Seagrave, Bowman.
Yeah, insane. It was really hard to race. It didn't feel like a proper race run because you had to be so patient and ride it more like Enduro trail. So yeah, I'm blown away that I could take the win here, especially with the new team, with the new bike, with the new people around. It's a pretty good time.
Valentina Höll, the reigning UCI Downhill World Champion, opens her UCI World Cup account in 2026 with a win here in South Korea at round 1 in Mona, YongPyong. And that smile, Valentina Höll is 26 points to the good at the top of the UCI World Cup overall rankings for the elite women after that first race of the season. Scarsi in 2nd, Nicole in 3rd,